7:25 here on Morning Barbados. We're back and continuing, as Colin said, talking about sports. And we're inviting a man to talk to us about one topic, and he's already been here to talk about another. A man who wears many hats, but has somehow managed to master them all. Good morning again to Maurice Greenwich.
Morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're talking cigar field sobers.
Cigar field sobers. It's the 25th annual tournament for schools from around the world. Started back in 1987, first year. And now here we are, 25 years later.
All right. So the origins of it and where it is now, are they still the same?
No. Actually, at the beginning, it was, I believe, a touristic exercise, an exercise in getting schools to come out for the summer. But it's gradually developed into a huge developmental tool, especially for West Indies. When you see the amount of players from Barbados and West Indies who've come through the Gary Sobers tournament, including Brian Lara, who came for Fatima in the very first 2 years, in fact. And then Presentation College, which has come every year, and that has produced more players for the West Indies, A and B teams, than any other team, any other school in the Caribbean.
So I want to follow up that question and kind of juxtapose what you just said in terms of the development of cricketers in the region, and taking in mind our current state in the region, and the statement in the papers that we are sort of dropping the ball by not having more international teams come in.
Well, we could use more international teams, but you understand that there's a worldwide recession, and the same complaint that is being made about not having more international teams bears the fact that the international teams themselves are having to cut back. And we have more competition now than we had before. You have teams who can go to South Africa and New Zealand and Australia and bill it, whereas the ones who come here come and go to a hotel, because we still have the touristic exercise going.
Okay. Right. So let's talk about the exchanges then, because I know the United Kingdom has got at least like 4 schools or so represented this year.
That's good.
Tell us about those exchanges.
You have, I think, one school is from Lancaster, and one is from Sussex. I know one is Ipswich. So they are from around Britain. Now the English schools don't necessarily like to play each other. Not when they come up here. They want to play West. They want to get the feel of the West Indies. So what we do is we try to make sure that we separate them if we can. So you'll find that there are 3 zones for this year's tournament, and each zone will have 2 English teams. Each zone will have 2 Trinidadian teams, and each zone will have 2 Barbadian teams, with the exception of one zone, which will have 3 Barbadian teams.
I'm looking at the list of teams from England, and I'm looking at the list of teams from Barbados, and I was saying I wish Queen's College was in there, because they would have had
Queen's College,
possibly have Queen's College, because there's a Queen's College coming up.
Queen's College from Taunton in Sussex, yes. In fact, Queen's College Taunton were here, I believe, in the 2nd year, which is 1988. But so they have come back this year, and as a matter of fact, they were planning to come back with the original group which came in 1988, and they were coming back for a holiday to coincide, but that holiday has now changed. So you have lasting relationships from these youngsters. We had one occasion where a young man who'd come out in the 2nd year came back and got married. And he had 125 guests living at one hotel.
Oh. That's fantastic.
For
so
2
I
weeks.
guess the touristic element still maintains.
It is huge.
But how seriously, I mean, we talk about development of cricketers. How seriously, though, is this tournament